What if I told you that every breath you take, every sip of water, and even the sugar in your coffee all exist because of one thing, covalent bonds? This video breaks down covalent bonding. A covalent bonding is a type of bonding formed by sharing of electrons between atoms or molecules. This type of bonding occurs between nonmetals. Quick challenge. Think of two nonmetals you use every day, maybe in your food, gadgets, or even in your body. Could they form covalent bonds? Drop your guesses in the comments. During the chemical bonding, atoms share their electrons for both to acquire a full outer shell and become stable. The bond formed is called the covalent bond. Let's see how covalent bonding occurs to form compounds. The formation of hydrogen molecule. Hydrogen molecule is formed by the sharing of electrons between two hydrogen atoms. The hydrogen atom has one electron in the outer shell. To be stable, it requires another electron. During chemical bonding, two hydrogen atoms share their electrons so that each atom has two electrons in the outer shell. The result is the formation of the hydrogen molecule. The hydrogen molecule is stable because both atoms have full electrons in the outer shell. The chemical formula for the hydrogen molecule is H2. It can also be written as H-Hey. The single line between two hydrogen atoms shows a single covalent bond found in the hydrogen molecule. Think about this. Why do you think hydrogen is so essential in forming life-sustaining molecules like water? Another example. The formation of water molecule. The water molecule is formed by the sharing of electrons between two hydrogen atoms and one oxygen atom. The oxygen atom has 8 electrons with 6 electrons in the outer shell. To be stable, it requires 2 more electrons. Each hydrogen atom requires 1 electron to be stable. During chemical bonding, the oxygen atom shares its electrons with 2 hydrogen atoms. As a result, both the oxygen atom and 2 hydrogen atoms become stable. Oxygen attains 8 electrons in the outer shell, and hydrogen atoms attain 2 electrons in the outer shell, forming a water molecule. The water molecule formed can be written as HO. The single line between oxygen and hydrogen atoms shows a single covalent bond between oxygen and hydrogen. The last example, the formation of oxygen molecule. The oxygen molecule is formed by the sharing of electrons between 2 oxygen atoms. As previously seen, the oxygen atom contains 8 electrons, with 6 electrons in the outer shell. To be stable, it needs 2 more electrons. During the chemical bonding, 2 oxygen atoms share their electrons, each atom sharing 2 electrons with the oxygen atom. As a result, both oxygen atoms acquire 8 electrons in the outer shell, forming the oxygen molecule. The oxygen formed can be written as OO with 2 lines between oxygen atoms. The double lines show the double covalent bond found in oxygen molecules. Compounds formed by covalent bonding are called covalent compounds. They are also called molecular compounds. What are the properties of covalent compounds? Covalent compounds have low melting and boiling point. This is because the intermolecular bonds between covalent compounds are weak. Intermolecular bonds are bonds between separate compounds. For instance, if this is a hydrogen molecule and another hydrogen molecule, these two molecules can form a weak bond between them. This is an intermolecular bond. These bonds are very weak bonds. Therefore, they require a low amount of heat to break them. Here's a quick challenge. Can you guess why substances like sugar, a covalent compound, melt so quickly compared to table salt? Covalent compounds do not conduct electricity in any state. They do not have free electrons or ions that can conduct electricity. Covalent compounds are insoluble in water. These compounds are nonpolar compounds. Water does not dissolve nonpolar compounds. They are soluble in nonpolar solvents such as benzene. However, some covalent compounds such as glucose and ethanol are soluble in water, because though being covalent compounds, they are polar compounds. Covalent compounds exist as gases, liquids, or solids at room temperature. This is because of the weak intermolecular force of attraction in these compounds. To recap, covalent bonding is a type of bonding formed by sharing of electrons between atoms or molecules. This type of bonding occurs between nonmetals. The compounds formed by covalent bonding are called covalent or molecular compounds. Covalent compounds have low melting and boiling point. They do not conduct electricity. They are insoluble in water, and they exist as gases, liquids, or solids at room temperature. Here's the incredible thing about covalent bonding. While it's just atoms sharing electrons, this tiny act is the foundation of life as we know it. Every breath you take, every drop of water you drink, owes its existence to covalent bonds. Now that you understand how covalent bonds work, in our next video, we'll explore ionic bonding, the electrifying cousin of covalent bonds. Stay curious, and I'll see you next time.